So, one of the biggest problems in the United States today, and even in the world alone, is that many people are afraid to fail. They're not willing to go out there and chase their dreams because they're too scared of failing. And if they feel if they fail, that means they're not going to be a successful person. So they limit themselves. Many people, whether it be kids wanting to become professional athletes, people wanting to become successfully musicians, artists, teachers, anything like that, a lot of people limit themselves uh, and don't even give themselves a chance to reach their full potential. It's not that that they're not physically capable of doing what they want to do, but mentally they cripple themselves by giving in to people who doubt them or all the doubters, and they think, oh, if I fail, I'm going to look bad, instead of having the positive attitude that, hey, I'm not afraid to fail. If I fail, so be it. I've learned a lesson from it. I know what to do next time. I know what I need to do to make myself better, make myself stronger, more skilled in what I want to do. It's just failure is just a learning experience. I mean, nobody wants to fail, but it's part of life, and you can't be scared of failing. Because if you're scared of failing, then you're just going to limit yourself and you're never going to reach your full potential. The book I'm reading from, just similar to last time, the exact same book, was John Smoltz, Starting and Closing. Uh, like I said before, he was a professional baseball player. He started in closing. And in this section here, he talks about how he's not afraid to fail, and that many people in the United States are, and that's something that we need to get away from. I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to fail. It doesn't sound like much, does it? But just think about this for a second. How many people can you think of right now who are out there chasing down their dreams no matter what? Throughout my experiences in life thus far, from being a father and raising kids to coaching youth sports and observing elite athletes for more than 2 decades, one thing has become really obvious to me. We have a chronic fear of failure going on in this country right now. Very few people today go out on their own desires, set a path towards their goals, and then follow that path to its complete end. They don't let their natural ability be the determining factor. They let other exterior things come into play, the doubts and the doubters, and they never reach their goals. Heck, a lot of them don't even get started. They never even give themselves a chance to fail. I'm telling you, I've seen more great athletes and more kids choke up or choke off an opportunity simply because they never gave themselves a chance. They're too afraid to even risk the possibility. So many people are busy coming up with reasons why they can't do whatever it is they really want to do, that may never even let themselves wonder, why not? Now look, there's obviously a difference between not being in touch with reality and thinking you can do whatever you want. We can't all throw a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, and we can't all run 40 yards in 4.4 seconds. But we all have God-given talents, things that we excel at and enjoy doing. The thing is, talent is only half of the equation. It'll only get you so far. You also have to have the right mindset. At some point, you just have to decide, all right, I'm going to go in with this game plan, and with the right plan, I'm going to execute this. And if I fail, so be it. I'll learn something that will help me be successful the next time. In my career, learning how to deal with failure wasn't just a bonus that I kind of picked up along the way. Unfortunately, it was really a necessity. I'm one of those guys, and believe me, I wish it hadn't been this way, but I'm one of those guys who's always kind of digging out of a hole. More often than not, I was looking for a rally cry. With the exception of my first game in the big leagues, almost everything for me didn't go well right away. I won my first game, and then I failed miserably. Nothing ever seemed to come easy, and I was always battling. Along the way, I was always telling myself, John, you can rally from this. Struggling through the tough times, the 2-11 stretches, the times when the bat seemed to go quiet every time I pitched, taught me never to get too carried away with success, and at the same time, never get too carried away with failure. The lessons were tough to learn, really tough, but they served me well in baseball and in life. In some ways, not being afraid to fail really allowed me to get away with all my infamous tinkering. I'm certainly not the only pitcher who has ever worked on things in the bullpen or watched other guys pitch and picked up things here and there. Everyone does that. The difference is that very few guys even try new things in the game. Me? I always brought it to the game. Again, I just figured, why not? There's no way to know if it's going to be effective until you bring it in the game. Now, obviously, there's risk involved here. You could fail. They could light you up like a Christmas tree on national TV. But been there, done that, and thankfully lived to tell about it. But I always thought, what good does it do to just keep it in the bullpen? You've got to have the guts to find out. You've got to be able to cross the line when it counts and be able to trust the thing you're working on. And if it doesn't work, you've got to trust that you can go back to the bullpen and find something that does. It all goes back to believing you can do it in the first place.